What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fan01 here, and today we're introducing a new segment today in this new toy review segments here that we're going to be doing. And this new segment here that we're going to be talking about is called Sinister Sunday. Sinister Sunday is going to be the day where we feature all the new baddies or all of the just straight up baddies across the Transformers universe, across the toy universe even, where we can go across into Thomas the Tank Engine, Marvel, even DC if we want to. But today we're starting out our new list of baddies with something I've been personally waiting for ages. I've had this on pre-order for a while, and unfortunately it never arrived, and they didn't want to refund me, so I formed a complaint, and finally they sent me this. Yeah. So, just saying, Hasbro, get your distribution correct, please. So anywho, we're going to remove the figure here for just a second here, and then we're going to go to an aerial shot of the box, because the box is quite beautiful. Take a look at this box here. You got beautiful artwork of Scourge. Just freaking beautiful, if I say so myself. Absolutely gorgeous. So you have the front of the box here, side of the box, and the back of the box. You got your figure in its robot mode and in this truck mode. So I'm just super excited about to have this figure. So anywho, I'm gonna look to this side of the box. We get the more standish image of Scourge, and we can now remove said packaging. Set down the camera and bring back in the figure. And what a figure this is. I mean, whoever designed this, I gotta give him props for trying here, okay? It's good all the way up until you hit about the end of the smokestacks. And they just gave up the rest of the way. Like, I feel sorry for whoever had to design this and also make it work within all of this. However, Scourge was not really a normal truck in Rise the Beasts, so I'm gonna slightly forgive this in that scenario where, there's not really anything you can do about this. I mean, the only thing you can really do is remove this hand, but as per the instructions, it tells you to transform it with his hand in there. So there's not much I can do about it on that front. Now, there is one cool feature that I did mention in one of my previous reviews, and speaking of that previous review, we're going to show off what that previous review does with this guy. So, he has this cannon that you split down the middle and rotate it to get him to look like this. And don't worry, we will show how to transform this into the actual cannon. And so you're supposed to take this, and you're supposed to, there's two tab ports here, and there's two slot connections here, and you're just supposed to hold on here. It's very finicky, but you're supposed to take it, and you're supposed to, there we go. You're supposed to take it, and you're supposed to tab it in like that, and that's how you have the storage for this gun in truck mode, which kind of covers this up, but it's not much. And if you have Rise of the Beasts freezer, he actually fits onto the gun. Now, on my copy, one side does not like to tab in. I've already done a couple of dry runs with this, and I have the hardest time with this dude getting to stay put on this specific side. So you need to have him in this configuration with these arms down and these arms in the hand cannon mode, which will make it so much easier to go into hand cannon mode. If you just open up this peg really beforehand, just to keep it all, in stay in that area. So you're supposed to take this kind of. You're supposed to just kind of keep it all together. It's supposed to be on the front slot, so the arm's supposed to be tabbed in on the very front slot entirely. So do that from one side, My apologies. And then you do that on the other side. However, one side... Oh, now, so now you're going to stay in? Okay, whatever. Somehow they just decide to stay in. I've literally done like 6 different dry runs with this, and I could not for the life of me get that side to stay put. But anyways, this is how you combine Freezer with Scourge in truck mode. Now, if we had seen this mode in the movie, I feel like this mode would be a little bit more special, but because we didn't, I'm not going to also really care. So the Scourge will not be displayed in truck mode. However, it was a pain in the butt to get him into truck mode, so just be aware of that, and you will know how weird how weird this transformation will get. So we're going to remove. Wow, see no, okay, that's not what I thought was going to happen. But anywho, remove Freezer off of Scourge, and then remove said cannon off of Scourge. And I already performed a transformation step that you don't want to do yet. There's a tire that I pushed inward, and you'll hear it click in and out of place, like within the review. So let's start looking at some of this detail here. This is something I definitely do like, but also have a problem with this specific figure. The front is made out of clear plastic. Why? Why would you do that? Anyways. Point being, the front's made out of clear plastic, and you have all these faction symbols, like you have Maximal symbol, Decepticon symbol, Autobot symbol. Oh, we have a different symbol here. I don't know what that symbol is right there. Give me just a second here. There's a symbol here on the front that I can't identify. It looks like it could be the DCS one, but I don't think so. Here's a toothpick just for scale. That one right there. Like just that one right there, and that looks to be like Movieverse Wreckers symbol. So they actually did pay attention to the symbols that actually were on him in the movie, because these symbols were on him in the movie. So just pointing that out. And I kind of like the Mad Max, vibe they got going on here, but I don't think it works for this portion of the figure. So yeah. And also, one more thing. People keep saying this figure is extremely notorious for breaking. Don't get me wrong, if you don't know what you're doing, it will break, for sure. And usually, I don't know what I'm doing till the very end, so we're going to see how this turns out. But anyways, he does suffer from one thing that MGO316 calls visible head syndrome, and it is a little bit of a pain in the butt. And if you might notice, this is not the head sculpt that we got in the movie. So, just pointing that out. Alright, so now that we've done all of that, before we get into the transformation, let's get into some scale comparisons. So here he is with his Terracon Buddy Battle Trap. Here he is with Mainline Mirage. Here he is with his other Terracon pal, Nightbird. I have seen the Studio Series version. This version is much more superior. Just get this version. Here he is next to Something That Got in the Way. And here he is with Voyager Prime. To which, by the way, if you are not able to get either one of these, This Hasbro is releasing a 2-pack with these two, where Optimus Prime has all of his weapons, and they're all they're all colored and painted, but that appears to be the only difference that I've seen with this pack. These two figures are exactly the same after that. So, anywho. Now that we've done the comparisons, we can move on to our favorite part of the show, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, it's our favorite part of the show. The transformation. So, to start off the transformation, first thing you're going to want to do is actually kind of really weird, but you're going to want to just kind of bring this out and just kind of untab this. It tabs into this piece up here, but you're going to want to untab it like that, just enough to where it's going to like loosen everything up. So do the same thing on the other side, open that down, open that out, and just kind of loosen all of this up, right? That's all you want to do. You don't want to start unfolding things unnecessarily. Next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to come to the sides of this, and you're going to want to bring them all the way up like that. And just untab them. They tab right on in right here and there. Right there and there. So you want to untab it. So next thing you're going to do is just bring these wheels all the way down and tab them into the abdomen section. Except for this one is going to be a little bit different. So you're going to want to do it exactly like that. But you're going to want to rotate this around, clip it in, make sure that it tabs in. If you can't see it, you rotate this around just enough to the point where you can see it get clipped in. You're going to take these side sections on the chest here, and you're going to want to fold them in like so. This chest piece section is made out of rubber, so it'll be just fine. And you're just going to want to kind of just let it rest like that for now. So next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come to this top section here, and you're going to want to bring this all the way down, and you're going to want to fold this in, and then you're going to want to fold the whole nose section all the way back in, and then you're going to want to come to this section here, and you're going to kind of just hold on, take this, fold it up, then bring this in and fold that down. So fold these in first. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, you should know better. Take the smokestacks, fold them up like so, or fold them down, then take this and it'll close all of that up like so. And then we're going to come to the arms, bring them inward like so, and then until you see this and hear it, tab in or click into place like that. Bring the arm up, bring this all the way down like so. Take the shoulder piece and angle it out. Do the same thing on the other side. Bring this, hold on. Actually, don't do that on the other side. And that is one thing that we have a problem with this figure with. So, do not do that on the other side first. I will explain that in just a second. My apologies, there is cops outside. Not my house, but there are cops outside in the area where I live. So, the next step you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come to the bottom and split the legs, and then come to this sword and untab it from this bottom section here, and then you bring that out like so, and then come to this arm section and bring that in, tab it all in, bring the arm back up, bring this all the way down, make sure the shoulder pad is all nice and honky-dory, and we're on the home stretch here. So then you're going to want to take all of this and close it up, or bring it in on this hinge like so, and then close it up on the backpack like that. Make sure all of this, then take this piece here, angle it down as well if you can, like that. And we're literally on the home stretch now. My apologies, people. Take this sword section, bring it back, angle it in on this hinge right here, fold it out, open up the hand. Sorry, that just kind of open, that just kind of frees everything up a little bit. If you really want to make sure it's a little bit sleeker, just fold up the sword into his hand. Take the legs, rotate them at the upper thigh. They peg in from here to here. Rotate them on the upper thigh. Bring them in like that. Untab this from this. Untab the foot section from here. This one has a little port or a peg piece. You're gonna want to fold that in. Rotate the foot. Do the same thing on the other side. Unpeg it from there. Rotate it around. Untab the foot. Bring it down. Bring it down. Straighten everything out. Flay out the hand if you really want to. I kind of like doing that a little bit. I like having it in this position right here. And there you have... Hold on. Before I forget, take these wheels that are on this inside piece and just kind of push them inward. You'll kind of just hear it. And then bend his knee just a little bit. And untab this. You don't need to do that all the way, but just do it a little bit to a point where he's got a little bit of chicken legs. Not exactly chicken legs, but bring this down. Angle this down a bit. Got some nice ratchet joints in there. We're going to then remove it. We're going to bring this down. Do this. And here you have Scourge in his robot mode. And a Scourge mold this makes, okay? This Scourge is beautiful. Now, there are some problems. There are some very big problems, and we are going to get into that, okay? So, we're going to start off with the positives here. I love the mold, okay? It's not the worst one because of the truck mode. Every Transformer with a truck mode has some sort of problem with it. I mean, all of the ones in this review all have problems. So this I cannot complain about. So when this figure was originally going to be coming out, it just did not appeal to the eye. It was not very appealing at all. It just did not appeal. So when all of a sudden they were like, "Oh, we're doing this is the next one we're doing, so gear up, people." We were all like, "Okay, not sure why we're doing this character for Rise of the Beasts, but well, we'll give Stephen Caple Jr. a chance, and give him a chance we did, and guess what? That chance paid off." So I must say, without a doubt, this figure is quite possibly one of my new favorite bad guys, specifically for the fact that he is just gorgeous. Like, I mean, he is just so dang gorgeous to a point where I'm like having trouble forming words to describe some of this. Now, like I said, arms, love it. Sword arm, definitely love that too. Wish this wasn't so clunky, but definitely love it. Faction symbols on his shoulders and his arms, definitely love that. Definitely love the somewhat articulated head with a terrible ball joint, but we're gonna work on we may thicken that up. But take that there, and making the backpack is pretty much for the most part clean. It's not bad. So, I mean, I can dig with that. However, there are two things I do not like about this figure. Two things in particular, okay? I don't like that these claws are not, articulated, but then again, that's Hasbro, so that's not one of the things that I hate. But this head, if you literally push it down just slightly, that took no pressure whatsoever. And, you can't really get many poses out of this because of the stupid neck piece that they got going on here. Like, this does not help the head sculpt at all to move in any sort of pose. So, like, I can't with that. And also, let's take a look at how small the ball joint is. That ball joint is tiny. So, only pose you're really going to be able to get him in is the standing straight pose like that. That's really all you're going to get. So, but am I going to fault Hasbro for it? No, I'm not going to fault them entirely for it. They were given a couple of concept designs and had that to work off of. So, I'm not going to fault them for that for right now. So, anywho, now that we've done that, let's get into some scale comparisons. Here he is next to his Terracon buddy Battletrap. Here he is next to Mainline Mirage. Here he's next to Nightbird. Here he's next to Don't Call It a Comeback. Crazy motherfucking name, Ice Cube. Yeah, that's a good song. Alright. And then here he is next to Mr. Leader of the Free Galaxy. Oh wait, wrong movie. And here he is, finally, with his partner in crime, Freezer, but not as you know him. So now, we've got Freezer in the hand cannon mode like this, and if you have Scourge, you can literally take this port, right, or this peg right here, and there's a 5mm port there, and you can just have him holding Freezer. Close up that hand, make sure everything looks nice. You can have him holding Freezer like a gun. Even though we never saw him do this in the movie, I think it's a nice little touch that you can turn Freezer into a gun and you can pretty much have any Terracon hold him. So, and I can't believe that we're getting a repaint of him so soon. So, I can't believe we're getting a repaint of him instead of getting a Frenzy. And not Red Frenzy, as in like 07 Frenzy. Can't believe we're getting one of these guys before we get one of those. So, anywho. So one final feature, like I showed off before, is the sword. You can't really do much to it other than just kind of having it in this position. So, not really much you can do on that front, but if you really don't like it, you can have him, like, if the sword does come up, and it does, like, accordion and fit and tab nicely in his hand, so you can, if you want to, do this. So yeah, I personally do not like it like that. I'm personally going to be holding it like this. I'm going to have him doing it like he did in the movie. As a surprise, like he did before. So, anyhow, this is Thomas Phantom 1 saying, don't forget to subscribe for more content. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. Don't forget to drop a like on some of the other videos that we've got going on. And also, don't forget to subscribe to iStar552, Bravely GG, Take Along Productions, Optination Review, Beastman Review, Riveted Railfan Reviews, Jordy's Railfan Videos, and Patrick with the Y. So, and this is Thomas Son 1 saying, don't forget to keep playing with your toys. And happy Sinister Sunday. We will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.